Hey everyone, it's today's edition of 30 Days of Questions about UX and data and anything that you want to know. So for today, we're talking about Carolyn has written in and asked, I'm about to start a UX design bootcamp and I'm working on adding project design sprints to my portfolio. How do I add quantitative data to this? And that's a good question because when you're working with a boot camp or with sample projects in some sort of learning environment, you don't have actual data available. And so it can be hard to demonstrate your ability to analyze, interpret, and properly track quantitative data as part of the work that you're doing. And so what I would say to Carolyn and everyone else who has this question or who's in this sort of place is do some online research about what data is already out there and so what's common. A good example of this is in email tracking. So there's an average open rate that is common across email marketing, and you can track your own rates against what is common when you don't have anything else to go on. You can also go and see what data is publicly available about the types of projects that you're working on and see who in the industry is doing what types of things and what analytics they share and that they have. Because a lot of times companies, especially if they're doing well in an industry, will share the data that they have, at least at a high level, to sort of brag about the success that they're having. And on top of all this, there's also data that you can purchase. And so you can go and buy some data from a company that just does professional research sort of for a living, I guess you could say. But that's the purpose of their company. And so you can buy some data that could help you figure out some of this as well. And when you're thinking about your portfolio and you're working on a project, think about what types of data you would want to be gathering. So you might want to be gathering lots of information about where people click on a page. Well, you can set up a page and send it to the people that you know and have them click around and see what happens. Or you could send out a survey to the people that you know just to get some information, even if they're not the ideal audience, even if it's just an example project. There are ways for you to add quantitative data as part of the process, even if it's just a draft or an example. You can even go so far as to do some usability testing and get some qualitative data as well as part of your process. But the main thing, I think, when you're thinking about your portfolio is to demonstrate the types of data you would be thinking about and the types of goals that you would set for yourself in terms of what that data would look like from the numbers or how you would parse that data if you had it. And you can make up sample data to show that sort of analysis if that will help you tell the story better. You can say, well, I imagined that this is the data set I got, and when I analyzed it, I found that 20% of people do this and 30% of people do that, and here's the data that I excluded, and here's why I excluded it, and here's the process that I used to analyze the numbers that I received. And so any of those types of things will help you tell the story, because at the end of the day, if you don't have the opportunity to work with data directly because you're on a sample project or you're working through some sort of boot camp where the access just isn't there, the main thing that you want to be able to do is show that you understand the process and that you have the skills to analyze the data when it is made available to you. And so that's what I would say. If you have any other thoughts or tips, please feel free to leave them. And again, we're doing 30 days of live questions. So shoot me your questions here or email me at hello@pixelsforhumans.com. And I'll be answering a question every day, except the weekends. All right, guys, have a great day. Thanks.